Ryan with Team Next Level here. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I'm wanted to take a moment to talk a little bit about reviews and how important they are to our clinic, and what they mean for people that are searching for our kind of services. So I do a lot of reviews on my own. I use Google Maps to get around the city. And so it's always asking me, like, hey, how was your experience? What happened? Share with others. If I take pictures of those places, it asks me if I want to share those as well. So I wanted to talk about like why reviews are so important and what they mean to the people that are discovering them. So a couple of weeks ago, I went out to get ramen with my 13-year-old. He's really into like these Japanese cartoons called anime. And so through those, he's exposed to a lot of like Japanese culture, I guess. And so he's like really interested in the foods and the different things he sees in these animes. And so he's been wanting to try ramen for a while. So I decided to take him over to Bel Air. We went and saw Spider Man No Way Home before we went to see this phenomenal movie. And then after that, we went to get ramen. So we go over to Bel Air. I found this place on Google reviews or Google Maps, and it had pretty good reviews. So I was like, let's try this place. So we went over here. We got our food. Sure enough, a few hours later, it popped up and asked me, hey, do you want to leave a review? And so I left a review. And a couple of days after I posted the review, somebody came along and they marked this as helpful. So what I wanted to talk about is like how I structure my review and kind of like how I would like for people to think of doing a review whenever they're asked. So the first thing that's important for somebody to connect with your review is they have to relate to it. And so the first paragraph here, what I talk about is how my son watches anime. He's into Japanese food and the culture that he sees in these shows. And so he wanted to try this. This is the reason I am approaching this business in the first place. And so anybody else who like, a lot of times what you'll find is people that are looking for reviews, it's because they've heard about the place or there's a reason they want to go to this type of place. And so I'm thinking anybody that's looking to go to this restaurant because somebody else in their life is interested in it, then that's who's going to connect with this message. Hey, this might not be my thing, but I'm going to do it for somebody important in my life. So that's who I'm connecting with as an audience. When you write a review and you say, I have 3 grandkids at home and the little one is always tugging at my pants leg, wanting me to pick her up. But this back pain prevents me from doing that. Anybody reading that review with grandkids that are struggling to spend time with them because of a pain or a limitation they're feeling, they're going to connect with your review when you talk about your experience at physical therapy, which is the next section. That's where you want to go into, like, what was your experience? Because you've hooked them, right? They agree with you. This message is talking to me. This message is about something that I find relatable. So what did they do about it? What did they go through to move past this? So that's where you're going to talk about your experience. I went to Next Level Physical Therapy, and this is how it was. For me, I wrote about my experience with the service and the food. I have a couple of paragraphs here, kind of just describing my experience. You can do it in one experience, in one paragraph, So I went to see Dr. Wong. We would go through different routines, and everything felt great after that. I haven't really had any pain since. So, it can be a quick one paragraph that just tells them like, hey, this person went to physical therapy. They did exercises and different things, and now they feel better. That gives me a better picture of what it is that, I should expect when I'm going in here. And then at the end of the review, you want to talk about what your, what's going on beyond that, like after that. So, and here I kind of talk about like, I don't know if I would come back here again because it wasn't really food that I enjoyed because of the flavors. I'm not really into seafood, but I did think that the food was quality, like it was well done. It didn't taste like cheap food or less than. So that's kind of what I talked about is like, and who would I recommend this to? And that way it just kind of reiterates they've been reading through this, they've connected with it. So at the end of the day, do I recommend it for somebody that connects with this message or not? That's where I kind of put that. And so that's kind of how I structure a review. I want to let people know why I was looking for this, what it was like, and what my expectations are moving forward based on my experience. And so whenever we reach out and we're asking for reviews, that's really what we would love for people to do. I hope this is helpful. I hope that this kind of gives you an idea as to what we're looking for whenever we reach out for reviews. And if you've had an awesome experience with Next Level Physical Therapy up until this point, hit the button below, leave us a review. I'll keep it linked down there. And that way, now that you kind of know what to think about as you go through your writing your review of us, I hope this helped. See you next time.